I feel like I'm doing exceptionally better today. Let's see if you can still hear it. The car sounds totally take away from it. Just some beautiful sound of birds. It's one of my favorite sounds of all time. For some reason, that was just totally a trigger that brought me back to Bellingham, Washington when Zach's showing me plants. Just when I thought I was doing better. Or I'm acting like it, right? I don't know. In some ways, I really am. There's a lot of shifts. I still want out of Dennis's house. I'm not a fan of his energy. It doesn't, in some ways I am, I can tolerate the man, and I like being a helpful healer assistant. Yeah, he's helped me out. I got my driver's license thanks to him. He really pushed me. And so did some other people in my life, Wolfgang and Allie being how I got my permit at Black Mohawk at the time. Man, was I acting out then. Looking backwards now, observing myself, how much I've changed, and what my behavioral mechanisms were then. And yes, still things that are within. Processing and collecting data. I just keep hoping that I have everything because I've left for the day, basically. Man, I had such a blessing of a morning. I first spent my morning spending time with Frances Fuller on Facebook. You would love her. Young Living and Essential Oils. God, I picked her brain. She's in Bali, so the time difference when I'm up at 4 a.m., it's 4 p.m. over there. 5. I'm attempting to go slow and take my time and enjoy the process. Enjoy every freaking moment. Frances and her husband have been some of the most influential people in my life, and half the things that you think that you love me for, a lot of those things of my character and personality and the things that I learned my training from came from them at Fuller Life and also Sphere. And yes, I have my own extended research, and yeah, all these things is what kind of makes me who I am, and how I've morphed me by having experiences with those people and those things and businesses or whichever. I feel like I'm attempting to suppress or compress. Man, traffic. Nope. Go blue. Driving is one of my favorite experiences. I spent so many years of my life completely terrified of driving. Or you can almost say wanting to be submissive, wanting people to just drive me everywhere and be taken care of, like princess, psychology. In some ways it was very comforting, obviously. And then a lot of it is facade, illusionary, or exactly the stories that I believed when I was young. And I feel like I am finally waking up, for me as a Pisces, perhaps, the depths are extreme. I feel like Cancer as well too. I'd like to study more about zodiac before I start confidently discussing such things. I need to invest a lot more time into reading. And I feel like school is the perfect thing because I'm getting graded on my work, right? So it causes a lot of inner self-reflection. I'm seeing things a lot more clearly now. I see clearly how people see me, and I see clearly how other people feel and why they feel that way. So I just kind of accept the experience and the flow. The more you just go with the flow and you don't stay in like same old emotions, the more that you shift into another altered state of consciousness, the better that you start to feel. This world is scary. It's beautiful, terrifying, horrifying, fascinating, intriguing, alluring. In some ways, I feel very content being a single woman because it makes you feel like you don't have to answer to anyone, right? Or like it's just in general, like, or just I've just always been like that. And it's like even if I have had boyfriends, like I've just always had to be my own person. I mean, there have been times where I've been through like abuse and like my head was messed up and like I was just dealing with so much. And wanting to say autism like as if that would sum things up perfectly. Oh my god, that's a trigger for me. That makes me think of Ian, and not Morton's List Ian, not Juggalo Family Ian. So I had this experience where I went to Barley Republic and there was this new busboy. And like I'm autistic, right? And I'm like hypersensitive, and I have all these things that categorize me on the spectrum, right? And I started catching all these emotions like whenever this person was around. Like it was strange feelings, like really great feelings. Like feels really good to be around this person, though at the same time like I said too much information, and like because like when two autism people come together, it's a lot more intense. And I feel like maybe a lot of you are on the spectrum right now, and you may not want to accept that because it's been taught and conditioned to be a bad thing. And yes, I hear you. Vaccines. I mean, I just shared something on my Facebook fan page, Trina Mason, about changing your genetics. Really use some assistance here. And when I say that, I mean some like positive uplifting energy, like thumbs up 1,000,000 times on every single thing on here. Understand and recognize or become aware, conscious, moving up and forward, onward, inward, interdimensional. So this is considered a not so good area that I'm driving through right now. Though at the same time, I always want to pull over at some of these places because I actually, like, you could say respect or honor. Like I know what's up. Like I don't really know what's up, though. Like I can feel the hurt and the suffering, and like I know where it comes from. And nobody really wants to talk about this either. And it's just such a like political and argument, like there's so many like levels of it. It's hard to explain, and it's like almost not even worth it because I still felt like politics are like a waste. It's all fake. It's facades. Yeah, it's just imitation, control. Like I don't support control. But at the same time, like obviously, like that's also how I got into being a dom in some ways, right? Because like I am the leader. I have my own intuition. I have certain things I am told. I freak a lot of people out. Dennis was telling me that that's what's up with the roommate, is like she is super superstitious and thinks that like me saying that like the stars right now for the next 3 months is gonna be intense. Nobody's listening. Anybody that studies the stars would know. Or if anyone would just look at their lives or like pay attention or accept their own and like stop shifting blame. Ugh. I'm starting to get like shaky, like maybe I shouldn't be going here. Or like I know what's up. I know the truth too about what's up. My truth, right? Painful truths that I didn't even want to accept. My own personal cognitive dissonance. Man, even though I paid the $40, I really, really would love to park at Barley. It's like a little sacred spot for me. Although, what I don't like about it is like, it's not necessarily safe. Like, just like I'm working with Heather. Speaking of which, I've decided next session I would like to record with Heather. I feel like I should have been recording my sessions all along. And this journey is very important. I think that this is going to be like the full dedicated cause, you could say. My swords! Dang. I just officially took off my, took it off. Dang. Sometimes things like that happen, by the way. I get, like, itchings. I gotta take off certain pieces of jewelry and stuff, and that one just started buzzing. And it was like, since I have another ring on, it was creating an electromagnetic wave to that too. Oh, and you want to know what it's connected to? The ring is connected to my mother. Which is also the main reason why I actually originally started this and I attempted to record with Dennis. And I'm not putting up any veil. There's no veil. Man, I need to record a conversation with Sarah too, by the way. I think I got a little bit. Sarah! I need to, like, I'm really bad at communicating, especially if I like someone, especially if it's a chick. I get, like, all shy and pigeon-toed, and, like, I'll run away, and, like, I want to be chased, but I also don't want to be chased. Like, I need space, like, because I need to, like, process my own emotions because I'm just, like, catching all of your feelings or whatever. Though, again, what sucks about my job or whatever is, like, yeah, as a healer, like, I have to keep you in your space. If you're a client, you're a client. And it happens with men and women. It's not like I'm having sex with anyone, you know? It's just like, it's just that intimate of a level. It's a soul, vibrational level, astral level, unseen world. You can close your eyes and feel it. I feel nearly sick. Like, I feel like I'm in trouble or, like, something's up. There's a discussion going on about investing in Wolf $1,000. And while other people may scream, I'm looking at some really interesting crystals that are from Allie's grandfather's collection that are ancient pre-Columbian specimens. This guy, bro. Kinda like it. Kinda like it. Oh, I like that dude's voice. Oh, I don't even care what he was saying. That's the bad part, right? I always pull up too far ahead at this. I feel like, or like, this is just such a tiny space. I'm on Cathedral in St. George. Oh my god. First car in line. I gotta get out of here, you know. I love you. Be kind to yourselves and one another. Take care. Until next time. Peace.